Hello everyone, this is today's radio show. Tonight we return to our adaptation of Can't Go Home Again. Last episode, Mike revealed his plan to revive Freddy's, the marionette visited his brother at the warehouse before returning home, and Mike ended up doing the night shift with Natalie, ultimately offering her to be a part of the new location if he succeeds. Now we return to see how Mike's journey is going. I would like to give a brief word. We've replaced our narrator again. Our previous one has gone missing for the time being. We would just like to ask everyone to give thoughts and prayers for the our previous narrator, Seth. Now, back to the show.
Fritz was walking through the warehouse planning to leave soon. He was turning off all the lights and looking at some of the contents of the warehouse. It had plenty of costumes and machines from throughout the Fazbear history. He noticed things such as a Mushroom Man costume on the wall. He walked over to the room with the cameras. He looked all over the warehouse, trying to spot anything in particular. He noticed something on the desk. A piece of paper. He picked it up and began to read aloud.
Hello, Frederick. This is Glenn Vornoff. We haven't spoken in a while. Just wanted to ask if you could swing by Chipper's. Maybe we could share a good meal. This must be an old letter from back when he was still around.
Fritz placed the letter down and looked at the camera. He noticed that Foxy's makeshift cove was empty. He started flipping through the cameras and then he spotted it. Foxy was running down the halls of the warehouse right to his direction.
Oh, god damn it. Is there a Freddy head? No, those things never even worked on Foxy. The light!
Fritz shined the flashlight onto Foxy as Foxy entered the office. It only caused the animatronic to move slightly slower. Fritz looked at the pirate animatronic, terrified. Instead of attacking him, the animatronic raised its hook and stabbed the wooden desk with it. Fritz looked at the metal hook pressed into the hard wood. Fritz still wasn't sure what the logic of giving Foxy a real metal hook instead of a plastic one was. Foxy pulled the hook out of the desk and showed no further signs of hostility.
Having night terrors of the old war. We'll try to get Shut-Eye back in the captain's quarters.
The pirate fox left the room. Fritz stayed there for a few more minutes and then hastily got up and rushed outside of the warehouse, not even checking to see if the fox had returned to its cove. Meanwhile, Mike had a good night with Natalie. He ordered some Subway and it was delicious. Once he left, he called Jeremy and they were able to move some stuff from the apartment to the house. He was beyond tired by the end of it. So once they got some stuff in, he thanked Jeremy and passed out on the couch. While he was sleeping, Mari floated out of the living room, seeing his new influx of things brought into the house.
This game looks interesting. Wonder if it can connect to the television.
Mari began to untangle the wires that held the game system. Mari could hear a knock on the door. He decided it was nothing noteworthy. Whoever it was could just come back later. Mari realized this person was not giving up or going away. He floated to Mike and shook him awake.
What is it?
Mike, someone's at the door.
Coming!
Mike looked through the eye hole for the door. He could see two individuals. At the front was an older man in his 40s who looked vaguely familiar to Mike. And there was a younger woman to the left.
Hello, if you were looking for Frederick, he is no longer with us.
You Schmidt?
Yeah?
Is it true you're reopening Freddy's?
How do you... Well, yeah, I guess.
The place that butchered all those kids.
Like my sister?
Well, I am sorry for your loss. I promise you, this isn't going to be the same. I'm going to ensure we don't have any of those issues.
I don't know what you're thinking about getting involved in that place, but I have one thing to say to you: leave my family out of it. I want you to stay away from my daughter.
Is, this your daughter?
No, Steve just told me you were doing this once he found out. Said I could help make it clear that this community isn't going to accept any of Fazbear's old tricks.
Stay away from my girl or I'm coming back, do you understand?
I understand. No worries.
The man walked off, but Samantha stayed for a moment. Her expression softened, if only slightly.
I am really sorry for what happened to you. I really am. Miss...
I'm Samantha. Are you really planning to avoid what happened back in '87? The mistakes of the past?
You have my word.
The young woman still looked unsure, but walked away, hoping that he was being truthful.
If that man comes back, feel free to let him in.
It's probably not that extreme. I don't get the daughter thing, unless he thinks we're going to be snatching up kids again. But, well, it's not just one guy being paranoid. That girl he brought seemed pretty concerned. It just shows that we are going to have a risk of backlash.
You don't seem like the type to let that stop you.
I do wonder how he knew. We haven't put any advertisements or anything up. Say, do you need help setting up the game stuff?
I think I'm good.
Here, let me just get the TV wired.
Dear God.
Don't do anything. I will handle it. Just go hide again.
Mike went to the door and opened it. To his surprise, it wasn't the man.
Mike, are you okay? Did he do anything?
Who? Wait. The guy who just yelled at me about reopening Freddy's?
That was my dad. I'm sorry. I was talking about this with my mom, and I was saying how this could be really good for me, and how we'll probably have a spot open when you, if you open. Dad overheard and flipped. I am so sorry, Mike.
Hey, don't worry. He threatened me, but he didn't actually do anything. He did bring this one woman with him, though. Someone who actually lost someone at Freddy's.
Ugh, he would always do that. When I was a kid, he made sure someone was always there to scold me with him, so he had backup. Don't worry about it.
Alright, wanna come in?
Sure. So this is the place you inherited. Looks nice. The furniture looks a bit... Gah!
Natalie tripped on a bit of stray furniture on the floor, into Mike. Mike avoided falling and was able to hold her.
Yeah, it's a disaster, but it's comfortable.
Sorry about that.
Natalie was able to stand up properly, making sure to watch her step this time.
Hey, it's all good. Want some coffee?
Sounds great.
Alright, sorry if I, look half dead. Spent the early morning cleaning up.
Oh no, Mike, you look fine. Trust me.
Mike began to make the coffee.
So, how are things with the pizzeria?
Well, non-existent. But Sam is going to meet with a lawyer, make sure things are legally sound. He has to be the one who does it, since he owns the warehouse with the animatronics and stuff.
So the animatronics are still around.
Yep. Foxy's the only one of the old gang we still plan to use, at least so far. He was a fan favorite, and only bringing back one of the classics will help avoid waking up bad memories too much.
Say, is Mary gonna be involved?
Yes, he will be, involved with the animatronic part of the business.
Am I gonna meet him? Oh! Would he happen to be here?
Well, he's not here right now. The job is still open to you, if you'd like. Do you have any other questions about the pizzeria?
Yeah, I remember all those rumors after those kids went missing. Some of them were plausible, some got really extreme, like all those ghost stories.
Don't worry about that. I won't let anything like that happen under my watch. And all that stuff was a long time ago. Most of those were just rumors, anyways.
Sounds good. You know, one way you can make a lot of cash is through fundraisers. Those can be really helpful.
That would actually be a good idea. We were going to talk to old shareholders, but your idea works if they don't want to get involved.
I won't tell my dad. If he comes back, tell him you have not seen me since the other night. It will be our little secret.
Right. Our secret. Hopefully, we'll have more of a plan on the pizzeria later.
Never thought I would be working at a pizzeria.
Thanks for joining. If all goes well, I look forward to still being able to work with you.
Me too. Also, don't worry about my dad. He's an asshole. He's gone through a lot and he takes it out on everyone else. But he's not stupid. He's not going to try assaulting some stranger or anything serious. He knows he would get in trouble. At most, he might yell at you again.
Thanks for the assurance.
The guy's a career counselor. Worst he could do is not recommend your place to others. Anyways, see you later. Give Mary my regards.
Natalie walked away, but Mike pondered the situation more. This was his friend, and he was lying to her. He thought back to the promise that he made for the young woman earlier, that he wasn't going to repeat the mistakes of the past. He stood up and hurried to her before she could leave.
Natalie!
Yes? Mike?
Natalie, can you come with me to the master bedroom? I have something I want to tell you.
What?
It's important.
Oh. Okay.
All right. Follow me.
Mike and Natalie walked to the bedroom. Mike shut the door.
Mike? What's going on?
Okay, it's just you really wanted the job, and I trust you. I trust that you won't tell your folks or anyone about this.
I won't. I promise.
Okay, so the missing children's incident? It wasn't an outsider. It wasn't a random guy who did it. They were killed by a very, very bad, very cruel man named William Afton. He was one of the company heads. Those kids in 87 were not the only ones. There were several other victims before that. There was a big cover-up.
What?
After what that monster did, the animatronics... Listen, basically every rumor, every scary story you've heard about the animatronics coming to life at night, it's true. It's all true. After the kids were killed, many of them changed. The animatronics had new life. They started to attack people, like the night guards.
Please? Tell me this is a joke. And if it is, it's a really unfunny one.
It's not a joke, Natalie. I was one of the people they tried attacking, but I was always able to avoid anything serious. So I kept going back. William, well, he suffered an accident. We'll spare you the details, but he became another haunted monstrosity. We took care of him, though. There is nothing left to be afraid of. Most of the ghosts are gone now. Only 2 haunted bots are left. One of them is completely passive, and the other is, well, we're working on it.
Oh, wow.
If you don't want the job anymore, trust me, I understand. I don't want to build this on more lies. At least not to the people I care for. Just, again, please don't share this. If the cops try investigating the animatronics, things could go very, very badly.
I understand that. I won't tell a soul. I need time to think on what I am going to do.
I understand. Completely.
Natalie left the room, then the house as well. Mike would soon return to the living room.
Well, that's over. You can come out, Murray. I told Natalie about stuff that happened at the pizzeria. Not everything. Just the stuff that can get us arrested.
I heard her ask about me. Did you tell her about me?
Sort of. She saw your name on my cast. And now that we are here, do you want to explain that?
I just wanted to be supportive, Mike. Let you know I care.
Mari reached out and hugged the night guard. He was actually surprised by the motion, but gave a slight smile, finding the gesture endearing.
So, wanna finish up the game console? I can fix it up, then I have some games you can play.
Mari nodded, letting go of Mike. Mike then got to work with the game system.
Alrighty, finished. Wanna get started?
Sounds great.
Alright, let's see the options. Not this one. This one cheats. Ah! This one will be a good one. Here's the controller.
Mari and Mike both sat on the couch, with Mari holding the controller.
You just want to stick with this green guy. He's the best code to use. Oh, and remember to get the weeds. See that one on the right? Get that one. Watch out for the masks. Whip that guy and throw him at the bird. No, slow down. You're going to fall in the hole. Not that slow.
Mike, you're puppeteering me.
Oh, what's the matter? Thought you would have liked having your strings pulled.
Screw this. I'm playing another character.
Oh, come on, not that one. That one's really slow.
Unselected.
Alright, I see how it is. I won't help anymore. Gotta call Sam anyways.
Thank you. And good luck with that.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Fritz, how are things?
Foxy sort of attacked me.
What? Again? Were you wearing purple or something?
Well, I say sort of for a reason. He just got into the office, slammed his hook into the desk, and left. I don't really understand what happened. I don't think I can make it back there tonight, even though I have to. I mean, I can't just leave the place unattended with a pirate fox running around it.
I'll head over and I'll check on things. In the meantime, how do things go with the lawyer?
Good. Well, not all good. We need Jeremy here. There's a big issue we need to go over.
Well, as long as you keep being vague, I'm sure we'll figure it out soon.
Alright, Mike. I will tell you what the problem is. The building is absolutely not up to code. Even if we can somehow stop the demolition, there's no way we can get the cash to repair the place. The roof is full of holes, the walls are putty, most of the appliances are fried. And the water, you don't even want to know what's in there.
I will call you when I get to the warehouse, then we'll find Jeremy and we can figure this all out.
Thanks, Mike.
Alright, Mari, I'm heading out. Stay hidden as always, and again, please don't play that other game. I mean it when I say it will piss you off.
Be careful with your hand. Foxy can be a bit high-strung.
Must run in the family. Alright, see you later.
Mari was left alone in the house. He looked over at the game Mike put to the side. The game Mike asked him not to play. Mari had to admit, he was curious.